The Final Four cast is complete as Ateneo, De La Salle, University of Santo, Tomas and Far Eastern University are all assured of places in the UAAP Season 81 women's volleyball tournament playoffs. But the seedings are far from set, except for FU, which is already locked in at 4th place. The fates of Ateneo, La Salle and UST lie in their remaining elimination games. After a long Holy Week break, the league goes down to its last 3 playdates, which will determine the seedings of the 4 semifinalists. Let's take a look at the playoff scenarios. Here is the current standings of the top 4 teams: Ateneo 10-2. La Salle 9-3. UST 9-4. FU 8-5. Here is the schedule in the final week of the elimination round. Note that all games will be played at the arena in San Juan City. On Wednesday, it's UE vs DLSU at 2 p.m. Ateneo vs ADU at 4 p.m. on Saturday, UST vs NU at 2 p.m. ADU vs UP at 4 p.m. on Sunday, UE vs Ateneo at 2 p.m. DLSU vs FU at 4 p.m. Here's how the situation looks for the 3 teams. Ateneo holding on to the league lead despite a 3-set loss to La Salle, Ateneo still has control of its destiny. But the Lady Eagles will have to sweep their last 2 games to secure the top seed and face the Lady Tamaras in the Final Four. If it wins only one of its last 2 games, Ateneo will secure a twice-to-beat advantage with an 11-3 record but will surrender the top seed. In case La Salle sweeps its last 2 games, the 2 rivals will end up tied for the best record, but the Lady Spikers will earn the No. 1 spot by virtue of the winner over the other rule after sweeping the Lady Eagles in their 2 elimination round clashes. Worse, Ateneo can even lose twice-to-beat advantage if it loses its last 2 games and fall to 10-4. In such a scenario, the Lady Eagles will likely end up in a playoff for the number 2 seed. De La Salle. The 3-time defending champions just need to sweep their last 2 games to avoid complications and earn a twice-to-beat edge in the Final Four. La Salle could still end up as the top team if it sweeps its last 2 games and Ateneo loses at least one of its 2 remaining assignments. If the Lady Spikers split their last 2 assignments and the Tigresses win over the Lady Bulldogs, the 2 teams will clash in a playoff for the No. 2 spot and the last twice-to-beat advantage. The worst-case scenario for La Salle is if it loses both of its last games and UST beats NU, the 11-time UAAP champion will fall to No. 3 facing the twice-to-beat Tigresses in the Final Four. UST. The Tigresses are still in the hunt for the twice-to-beat advantage as they only need to win their last elimination round game against the Lady Bulldogs and hope that the Lady Eagles and Lady Spikers both lose their last 2 matches. If that happens, there will be a triple tie at 10-4. The team with the highest quotient will take the No. 1 spot and face FU in the semis, while the 2nd and 3rd placers will clash in a playoff for the last twice-to-beat advantage. The España-based Spikers could still earn the top spot as it has 27 points in a tiebreak, just a point behind the top 2 teams. If both Ateneo and La Salle lose their last 2 matches either in 3 or 4 sets, they won't earn points and UST will get the top place if it beats NU in 3 or 4 sets. In case only one from La Salle and Ateneo go winless in their last 2 games and end up at 10-4, and UST takes down NU, a playoff between the joint 2nd placers will take place. FU. The Merida-based squad is already locked in at number 4 and is set to face the top placer, which holds a twice-to-beat advantage, in the Final Four. Even if the Lady Tamaras beat the Lady Spikers in the last day of the eliminations and the Tigresses lose to the Lady Bulldogs, there will be a triple tie at 9-5, but FU has the least points in the tiebreaker among the 3 teams with 21 points as it played the most 5-setters in the season, 5 times, and only won via straight sets once. Even if FU beats La Salle, it could only earn a maximum of 24 points, which is still not enough to win the tiebreak as La Salle and UST currently have 28 and 27 points, respectively.